Kind of. Who's coming to class today? Who's out there? Uh-oh, somebody's in class. Here we go. Hey, Brian Derskavich, what's going on? Welcome to the dad class, honoring the dads, the fathers, the mothers who became fathers, the uncles who became dads, you know, all those peoples, the coaches, the teachers, they all matter. The ones that made a difference in your life. So we're going to honor the men today and the women, because there are some women that are dads. Somebody told me that today. So, hey, Mike Henning, how's it going? Hey, Jamie, glad to have you in class. Hi, Lizzie, welcome back to class. Tracy Bush, how's it going? Hi, Mama Janice. Hey, Renee. So as the class is building, we usually, wash our hands now. But I've already washed my hands, and as you can see, I am outside on this beautiful set. Let me walk you. See, we're gonna go in the smoker today. We're gonna do some veg on the grill today, and I'm gonna show you how to rub your ribs, smack your brisket around, and make a red beer, and still serve your non-meat eating friends, because we got jackfruit too. So this is where we usually play it again, Guillermo. Everybody say hi to Guillermo. Don't play it yet, Guillermo, because maybe we should play it one more time before the class is building. So we'll keep going. Hit it, Guillermo. Guillermo is the cameraman that is trying out for the job today. We'll see how he pulls through. You guys can rate him when the show's over. So here's a couple games we're going to play today. The first game is rate Guillermo at the end of the class. Now, there's a lot of people that are applying for this job. It's a very hard job to fill. So here's what we're going to do. You rate Guillermo at the end, and we'll keep rating people all week long and see what happens. Okay? All right, so, hey, let's start with putting our gloves on today. Here's what we got going on. So, I'm always working for you people. I'm always working overtime, but last night was an all-nighter, because you know when you're smoking and grilling, it's all-night work. You got to have all night, John Van Sickle. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Chef, what's going on? Jodette over there in the islands. What's happening? How you doing, sister? Hi, Tracy Jones. What's going on? Barry Ramsey, how's it going there from Canada? I heard the border's still shut down, girl. So shit's still rolling. Still rolling. So here's the deal. We're going to start with some jackfruit today. And I'm going to show you what jackfruit is. So you ever go to the grocery store and you see the big spiny guy, the big guy that's bigger than my head, like 2 times the size of my head? It's like this big green spiny dude. You'd want to touch it, but you're afraid to touch it because you don't know if you should touch it because it might prick your finger. Well, here's what that is inside of there. That is this. That is jackfruit. And here's jackfruit. Comes in a can like this. You get it at Trader Joe's. Jill Murphy, that's where this comes from. So what I do is I take this jackfruit that comes out of the can, because listen, I could teach you all how to break down a jackfruit, but it's only a 45-minute class. You all only got so many knives, and it gets very sticky, because jackfruit is actually used as the base of juicy fruit. You didn't know that, did ya? So juicy fruit gum, jackfruit, that's where it comes from. So jackfruit is juicy, and it's used in the base of juicy fruit gum. Here's the gig. We take this, and I turn it into this beautifulness. Let me grab some pans, hot pads, and I'll show you what I got going on. So before you guys got here, last night I did a little smoking. So I started smoking our vegetarian, or our vegan, for our vegan friends, our plant-based people. So here's what I got. Hello. That's what I turned that jackfruit into. Look at that goodness. Smells delicious. Now, you say, Ella, that's what happened to it. I said, that's what happened to it. So here's the deal. This, when I serve this, now if you see that it's still in that same hunk, but it's not so much. It's kind of broken down. Can you take those from me, please? It's kind of broken down. So you see how it looks? So you see that? It looks broken down and it's cooked. So we take this and I smoke this for 4 hours with cherry wood. Cherry wood. 4 hours. But you know what? You know why you get that color? Has anybody asked why you got that color? The color comes from the magic dust. We put grapeseed oil on it, and then I roll it around in the dust like a little chinchilla, cleaning itself, and boom, we get this. But this is cool. Watch this. Look, it opens up. It opens up and looks like pork. There you have it. So that's why when we serve it, I'll go ahead and I'll break it up, and this is what happens. And this little guy that comes out of there, juicy fruit. Look at that. How about that, kids? So for our non-meat eating peoples, we have jackfruit. So what I would do with this is I'd put my sauce on it, and that's what we'll do later for class, and we'll do a presentation at the end. My friend Little Debbie will help us do that later. All right, because you know what? I put garlic in some things, but not everything, because Debbie Axel is here. All right, she came to class. All right, so here's the gig. That is what a jackfruit is. Does anybody have any questions about the jackfruit? Anybody?
Can you buy it if you don't have a Trader Joe's near you?
You can actually go to an Oriental store and get jackfruit. Anything else? Any other questions? That's it? Okay. All right, so now we're going to move on to rubbing your rib. We're going to rub your rib, and we're going to hand those over. I'm going to put this over here, and we're going to start rubbing the rib. All right? So here's how I rub the rib. If we could have one person run into the house in this undisclosed neighborhood that I'm shooting this in the backyard of this beautiful home and get me some grapeseed oil, that would be perfect. So what is going to happen is I'm going to rub this rib. Throw her on up there, sister. You're going to take those for me and hold those off of there. So we're going to rub this rib, and I'm going to move this down so you can see that rib. Okay? How about that? So here's the rib, just like that. And what I like to do is I take the rib and I turn it over. And let me move you back up here. I turn it over, and what I do is I just put a little grapeseed oil on. Just a little. So we're going to take a little of this guy, throw him on there, and just rub them in. So we're going to slather them up with a little lube. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to rub it around, just like that. Okay? So you're going to rub both sides. What does jackfruit taste like? Actually, oddly enough, it has the consistency and the texture of pork. And it kind of tastes like chicken, but not a thick, hard chicken. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little thigh meat. You know what I mean? Can you open this dust for me, please? So we take this guy. We all heard about the magic dust. Can we open that guy up for me? And we're going to put this guy on here, and we're going to sprinkle the dust on. Thank you. So we're going to sprinkle the dust. We're going to rub the guy. We're going to rub him in real nice and good. And I'm going to show you what the guy looks like after we rub him. And I'm going to tell you about smoking and grilling and chilling. So here's the deal. You know, and when I grew up, my grandma always was smoking Bel Air cigarettes, but she was smoking meat with my dad in the backyard, West Toledo. We had a smoker my dad made, and it was just made out of you know, plywood, and it had a fire in the middle. Totally out of code today. Totally out of code. But here's what the rib looks like that's coated and ready to roll into the smoker. So here's what I'm going to show you. We're going to walk this guy over to this smoker right here, just like that. And we're going to open this guy up. Stand back, because she's rolling smoke. So before you got here, I prepped her out at 225, and we're going to put that rib in there for 5 hours. Low and slow, 5 hours. Now, when that rib comes out, I'm going to show you what that rib looks like now. Let's move back over here, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. All right, so we're going to take to that. We're going to do this. Stand by, because we're going to take this rib, and we're going to open up the grill behind me, and we're going to put this rib on the grill that's already rubbed. It's rubbed, it's smoked, it needs to be slathered in the Blueberry Burbon Mango BBQ sauce now, folks. Hi, Michelle. What's going on? Robin. Hey, Marcel. What's happening? Anita. Hey, Dawn. How's it going? I'm not sure what Dawn, because I'm not seeing any last names yet. So, Teresa, Sue. Oh, Iolantha. What's going on, sister? Where's Willadine at? Where's she at in class? And Cheryl, Sissy Johns. How's it going over there in Perrysburg? Okay, so here's the deal. This is the smoked rubbed rib that I did last night for you all. You see that? Now, we put this guy on the grill. Just like that. Low and slow. He's already cooked. We're just finishing him off. We're glazing him up. So we're going to glaze those racks of ribs there. We're going to take that and get rid of that guy. We're moving right along. We're rolling. What time are we into? What time are we into? How many minutes am I on? 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Okay, so here's the deal. Let me get a drink. We're going to finish those ribs off. I got my sauce, but let's move on to the big guy, the showstopper, the brisket. Okay? Let's put this guy down. Let's move this guy over and put him right up here, sister. Thank you, little Debbie. Thank you. It's like having, like, you know, one of those ladies that twirl the numbers for you. Or the letters. What is her? Vanna White. So you're like Vanna White. Isn't that on the Game Show Network? Hi, Dawn. How's it going, Dawn McClain? Heron, what's going on, sister? Okay, so people will say, Ella, how do you pick out the proper brisket? I'd say it's like this. The proper brisket is this. The size that you need, okay? It's always bigger than your head. And you want to think about your cook time. So here's the deal. For every pound that this guy weighs, you want to smoke for 1 hour, 15 minutes. Okay? Now, that's an electric smoker. Mark Stewart, I'm pretty sure that... Hi, Jen. How you doing? I'm pretty sure that things will change if you used hotter heat. But I go to 225 and just let her roll. You know what I'm saying? She rolls all night long. Oh, Willa Dean's in class. I'm here. I'm glad you're here, sister. I'm glad. Hey, what's in the sauce? Oh, Marcy needs the sauce. Marcel, you need the sauce? Okay, sister, you got to have the sauce. So here's how I pick this guy out. I pick him out to size, and I pick him out to fat cap. And this, guys, is a fat cap. See that? Fat cap. This guy is okay because, as we know, fat is flavor. But this guy on the backside, and this is a good one. I picked a good one last night. No trimming. No real trimming needed because you want to leave some fat on here. So this guy's ready to go. But here's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you this little trick. I inject my briskets. Don't tell anybody what I inject them with, but I'm going to tell you, so don't tell anybody. In this little injector tool, I have beef broth, I have garlic, Debbie Axel, and I have my Ella's Magic Dust. And what I do is I cook that down for about a half an hour, and then you inject the beef, okay? So you just want to pull it in and move it around. Now you're going to say, Ella, but you didn't take it out of the pack that it was cryovac in. And I'm going to say exactly. Because you know why? Because it helps and holds the liquid in when you pump it through. How about that? How about that? Hey, can somebody move my book before I destroy it over here? In the line of fire of, you saw that, didn't you? In the line of fire of this guy. So, I like to inject it into the fat parts, into the point. There's 3 points on a brisket. You want the tip. People, you always want the tip. You know what I'm saying? The tip of the brisket is the best of the brisket. Okay, so always go for the tip and make sure when you go to that deli and they're like, you know, make sure you look at what they're slicing you up. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to put this in here one more time. Now, I cut this guy open. And now what's going to happen is Debbie's going to come over here and you're going to lift this guy, little Debbie, right here. You're going to take this guy out and leave me the pan underneath, just like that. And there we go. How about that? So now he's injected. The brisket's ready to roll, but he's not ready to roll yet. What has to happen now is we put a little goodness on him. Now, no grapeseed oil goes on the brisket. There's enough fat on the brisket. I know you're going to say, Ella, is there truly enough fat on things? And I will say, that is flavor, but we don't want to go overboard. We all got a ticker to look out for. You know what I'm saying? And this is Father's Day, right? So, here's what we're going to do. Hold on, we got one coming off the runway. All right, here's the deal. Here's a little game we're going to play today. Because in this undisclosed backyard that I'm in, there may or may not be a runway near me. But every time I say there's one coming off the runway, you need to do this. Drink. Just a little sip. All you need is a sip. And at the end, I need somebody to tell me how many times one came off the runway. All right. And if you're playing the game, please be drinking responsible and do not drink and drive. Okay? We don't want any problems. That's my disclaimer, Debbie Axel. Okay, there we go. All right. Can I have the dust, please? Thank you. So we take the dust and literally we spread the dust all over the brisket, just like this. Now, you're going to say, wow, Ella, that's a lot of dust. And I'm going to say, that is a lot of dust, but here's the deal with the dust. It imparts so much flavor when you rub it in and it cooks for so long, for 10 to 12 hours is pretty much what a brisket cooks for. It's amazing. And it puts a nice little coating on the outside. So, hey, Mamacita, I see you're in class today. What's going on? So we're going to flip this guy. We're going to roll him up. Maybe Jen can give me the score of Johnny's baseball game while I rub this guy down. Jen, what was the score of Johnny's game today? Get any hits? What's happening over there? Hi, Tracy Ty. What's going on? Who do we got, Elise? Who do we got in class? Hey, Mamacita. All right. Hey, Sue. What's going on, Sue? How you doing? All right. So, Melissa Ford, how you been? How's it going? Tracy Ty, you crack me up. All right. So here's the deal. Ready to roll. Ready to go in the smoker. Okay. Now, on this guy, remember, you always want to put your fat cap up. Okay, Rob. I'm waiting for the one-liner that's going to come from that. Always put your fat cap up, kids. You know why you want fat up? Because fat is flavor. Fat renders into the meat and melts. Fat melts. You know what I'm saying? Look at me. I lost 250 pounds. I melted away to nothing. It melts. So we put it in there. It melts down. And the marbleization in your meat is what flavors your meat. That is why fat is flavor, Donnie. You know what I'm saying, dude? All right. So let me step over here to the smoker and throw this guy in. All right, and then we're going to put some corn on, and I'm going to give you a little talking to about some angels we're going to talk about. And put this guy in here just like this, down on the bottom. We're going to close that up. And, little Debbie, if you could take that guy from me, thank you. Hello, let's move back over here now. We got one coming off the runway. Drink it up. All right. Hey, it's Father's Day weekend. I'm sure wherever you're at, the yard work is already done, the car is washed. Kick back and have a beer every time one comes off the runway. Can I have that one? So check this out. We're going to move, and I'm going to show you what my brisket came out to be right here. Let me put my gloves on. I'm burning through the gloves today. Burning through them. All right, so here's the deal. Johnny, you cracked me up, dude. We had some good times over there at Scarlett's, didn't we, dude? Mm-hmm. Maybe when I come back to town, we'll go back out, you know, just purely to visit. All right, here we go. Brisket. How about that, kids? It's only a little bigger than my head now, right? Okay, so we're going to have Debbie take that away. Okay. And I'm going to slice this guy up, and we're going to put him on a display real quick, and then we're going to go to talking about angels. Let me get my slicer knife. What do you got? Any questions, anybody?
Don wants to know when your book's coming out.
Who wants to know that?
Don.
Hi, Don. So the deal is, Don, I'm trying to get everything done in a timely fashion, but as we know, life is crazy. So all I have to do is translate that, and we're good to go. We're good to roll. I got a great printer. Tom Press over there is going to be my printer. I'm going to be a self-publisher. We're going to have a cookbook in no time. What's going on? Hey, Sharon Zablocki. How you doing, Sharon? Good to have you in class. You know how my dad liked to be in the backyard grilling and chilling and smoking. You know. You were there. Hi, Donna Mitchell. How you doing, sister? Good to have you in class. Barbara Pond, how's it going on over there in Florida? Hi, Kelly Guildstaff. I think it's a small board today. We got a small board, Jen. Mark Stewart, what's going on? Hey, Brian Darascavage. How are we doing over there? Okay, so I'm going to cut this guy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to cut this guy. And, little one, could you, little Debbie, could you give me that platter over there, please? Oh, yeah. See this? Let me show you that. You see that? How about this? Give me it. Give me up. Give me the hearts for this, peoples. Look at this. You see this juice right here? Look at this smoke ring. This is goodness. Isn't it, Michelle Haley? This is goodness. Now, sister, my sister is Michelle Haley, and she's the reason I cook so hard, because she pushed me to cook. So here's the deal, sister. I'll come back and I'll show you how to do this. Do not attempt this on your own, Michelle. Mike might have to help you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to save you.
Smoker to buy.
A good smoker that I care for, and we have the Masterbuilt, is the electric smoker. Now, if you want a trigger smoker, go see my man Ed Pastoric over there in Swanton, Ohio, and he'll hook you up with a trigger smoker and a pellet smoker. Ed's a great guy, and Ed and I used to be roommates back in the day. All right, so let me chef this guy up for you real quick. How we doing, Debbie? We good?
Good.
Okay, you got my guy ready for me?
Okay.
That's the guy. Hold on a second, sis. And we're just going to cut this up. This is beautiful. So remember, if you want a good brisket, take your time with it and pick out the right one. Okay? Some people will say, well, brisket's dried out and it's tough, Ella. That's because it's overcooked and somebody messed it up. That's what I'd say to you. Okay, hold on a second, Deb. Let's see this. Just like this. Hold on, I'll be right with you. Okay. All right. Hold on a second. Okay. How about this? How about that? I think if you cook this for the dads, they'd freak out. You know what I'm saying, moms? Because this smells incredible. Yep, y'all need smell-o-vision. Give me the thumbs up for this goodness right here. Give it up. Show me it. Show me them. All right, little Debbie, you're going to make that one go away. Oh, wait a minute. I have to. I'll tell you right now. You get some sourdough bread. You do a smear of mustard, Dijon mustard, and then come over it with just a hint of horseradish. How about that? Now, you're going to say horseradish, and I'm going to say yeah. And then take the Blueberry Burbon Mango BBQ sauce over the top. You'll be smacking somebody, or somebody will be smacking you with some love. All right. Here we go, little Debbie. If you could take that, watch that sharp knife right there.
Johnny hit 2 to the fence.
Johnny hit 2 to the fence. Give it up for Johnny today. Johnny hit 2 to the fence today. What? Right on, boy. Right on. Did he hit it off the fence? Was it before the fence? Was it on the warning track of the fence? Where was it on the fence? I need to know what side of the fence it was.
Right field.
Right field. All right. He pulled the ball nicely. I love that. That's awesome. All right. So now let me grab my book back. Somebody move my book.
Oh.
Can I get my book back so I can, we're going to talk to my angels. Oh, little Debbie took a break.
No, she took the meat.
Oh, she took the meat. All right. Well, here's what we got. All right. So let's talk about some angels. And to me, dads are kind of like the angels. You know, moms are angels, dads are angels. When I did my show for Mother's Day, you know, we talked about how special moms are and how you should honor your mom as much as you honor your father equally. You know, that's what has always been told to me. So I was kind of lucky. I had a dad and I had a stepfather. So when my father died, I always had somebody that was there to help. But more importantly, the people that helped me throughout my life, like my coaches and my friends' dads, adopted me. And I had a lot of dads, lots of dads. So the dads to me are the angels today. You know what I mean? They're the guys. They're the guys that don't get much recognition. Kind of always feel like they get kicked in the balls when things go wrong or they don't get that recognition. But in the same token, they're the unsung heroes of the family. So I guess that's what a dad is to me. So I want to honor the dads today, and that's why we're doing this show. So my dad died when I was 14. We're going to talk about Big Al in a minute. But even when your dad isn't here or is here, you should honor him tomorrow. You should honor him always. Even they've never really left you. They're still with you. Think about that. So as tough as they are, they don't go anywhere. They're not going to leave you. They're still with you. What do we got? Hey, Margot, welcome to class, sister. How's it going over there in Florida? I know you're loving that retirement you got going on. Melissa Ford, what's going on? Hey, Joe. Dude, we got to get together for the handoff of the dust exchange over there in L.A. That's Willowdean. Willowdean is in class today, and her sister's in class too. Her name is Iolantha. All right. So, and I know you guys love the dust and the sauce because you've tried it over there. All right. The other angels I want to talk about is all the angels that have showed up at Johnny Pulse's house this week. Johnny Pulse's dad died. That's Johnny, my cameraman, my son. His dad died over there in Toledo, Ohio, and blown away. He's blown away by the outpouring of support from the angels that have come to him to help him and donate to the cause, whether it be their time, their money, or just a kind word. He's grateful. And I want to say thank you also because, it's hard to be an 18-year-old and get thrown into something like, going to the funeral home and doing arrangements and handling all that stuff, So, Johnny thanks you, and Jen and I thank you for all being angels. And I want to thank the Point Placers, and I want to thank Fred Lefevre, and I want to thank everybody that has been giving to that GoFundMe for Johnny. You can find the GoFundMe on my page if you were so inclined to donate to him. And then I want to talk about you guys all being angels and going to bethematch.com. Or why do I keep saying .com, Suzanne? It's .org. Bethematch.org for Suzanne. Suzanne Strong. So you're going to go there. You're going to look for Suzanne K. Cook, and that's who you're going to help. You're going to help her. Oh, hold on. We got one coming off the runway. Who's counting? Who's counting? Somebody better count. Because at the end, if you're counting and I say how many came off the runway and we're keeping track over here, if you're right, you're going to get a free little magic dust, okay? And especially if you're a dad. Now, if you're a mom that has to be a dad, then you count too, so we'll count you also. So just keep track of how many's coming off the runway. Because if we reach a lot, you're going to be laying on the floor of the runway. What do we got?
Sharon Zablocki.
Yes.
Dad will be 100 July 15th.
I love that, Sharon Zablocki. She has the best polka party. Listen to Sharon Zablocki's polka party on iHeartRadio. She's everywhere. She started in Toledo. They're great people. So here's the deal. Go back to Suzanne. Suzanne K. needs a match. She needs to match. She's beating leukemia. She needs you to go there and fill out the paperwork to bethematch.org and help her. And if you're out of that age range, because we're all a little older now, if you're out of that age range, go ahead and pay the $100, please. Just see if you can be a match for Suzanne or somebody like my friend Lucky Luke, who last year this whole program saved his life. So please go there and help my friend. Lisa Catafias, what's going on, sister? Welcome to class. Angie Inkervaya, how's it going over there, sister? I see Inky's back open. Now listen, when you need a pizza over there in Toledo, go see the Inkies. They've been in business forever. What's going on, Debbie Axel? Okay. What do we got? Lisa Catafias and Julie Holmes is on my board now. Okay, so that's what I need you to do for Suzanne. And then I want you to see this. And this is in honor of all the fathers. Okay, so we're on location today in this undisclosed location for this undisclosed show that's going on. And here's the deal. The deal is this. I don't have my mug. But it's Father's Day, so we use the duct tape. Because there ain't nothing that a dad believes in more than duct tape. Or gaffers, but gaffers is a whole nother line of tape. And gaffers tape, dads, if you knew about gaffers tape in this entertainment business, you'd throw the duct tape away. I'm just telling you. It's better. And I'm sure that Lola would rate it that way. All right, so the daily dose of Ella is this. I'm going to talk about my dad. So, as I said earlier, my dad's no longer with us. He, passed away when I was 14, but he was a one-of-a-kind kind of guy. He was bigger than life. Walked in a place, he would walk into a place and they'd yell, Al, before they yelled, Norm. My dad had everything on Norm. So, my dad knew a lot of people. And my dad was a mechanic. He was a trucker. He could fix anything and do anything. I painted big rigs with him when I was 8 years old because he thought I could. So he let me paint on it. Who does that? But he believed in me. So, like I said, he was big. He was a big guy. He lived big. He died big. But he worked hard and he died hard too. So, I guess what I'm saying is, when I come back to honoring your mother and your father, or your father tomorrow, especially being Father's Day, and I know a lot of us don't have fathers anymore, and my son included in that. So, take a moment, drive to the cemetery, or wherever that may be, wherever your person is, and take a moment and show them. Show them what you mean to them. But I want you to remember something. My dad was a trucker, and so he would drive his 18-wheeler, and he would go coast to coast with my uncle. They called them the Dudek brothers. So the Dudek brothers were like the modern-day Smokey and Bandit. And when that movie came out, they thought they were the cat's ass. They were the shiznit. So they were trucking across this country, Smokey and Bandit style, thicker than thieves. And they came across a lot of people that they made happy. And I'd like to say that my uncle was one of those guys that stepped up when my dad died, because he was. So, let's see. You need to know that my father died at 39 years old from a heart attack, massive coronary. It's called the Widowmaker now. And, it's hard when your dad dies and it's unexpected. But they're still with you. They're always with you. Because the night my father died, he showed up and sat at the end of my bed and talked to me. And he said it's all going to be okay. And he showed up in the clothes that he died in, his work clothes, that he walked in the house in from trucking. So I want you to remember something. When you pick out those clothes for your peoples who pass away, they're not the clothes that they show up in heaven. I'm just letting you know. Just saying. Don't get in a fight with your relatives about what somebody's wearing. Doesn't matter. And don't give them shoes and don't give them socks, because their feet will never hit the floor again, because their angels hold them, their wings hold those angels up. Just saying. I don't need flip-flops, and I don't need shoes, and I don't need socks. When I go, I don't need that. So, as my father came to me that night, told me everything was going to be okay at the age of 14, not knowing what to do, much like my stepson being 18 now and not knowing what to do. It wasn't the last time my dad came to me. The next time my dad came to me is when I suffered a heart attack at 42, flatlined on the table, floated with my angels of all the people that I spoke with at their funeral. And he came to me, and I said to him, I cannot go out like you went out. I can't let my mother see me die the way you died. And he said, don't go to the light. It'll be okay. It's all going to be okay. So, here I am. I didn't go to the light. I took his advice. But when they went to zot me and I zotted back down to my body, my dad was gone for a minute. He was gone. Again. But then he came back to me. And he's always with me. And if I can teach you anything today through this class, that is, even if you don't have that moment of saying goodbye, you can still say goodbye. You can still talk to them, because they're always with you. He's always with me. And he's certainly with me when I'm driving alley, because he's sitting right next to me in the jump seat with my friend Diana. I can't get rid of these two. So, that's what I got to say about Big Al and my Uncle Mel. And, yeah. So, honor them. Honor them while they're here. Let them know. Don't wait. Honor them now. Okay? So that's my big thing for Father's Day. My little word of advice. My daily dose of Ella. And then, I also want to say, let me make a drink here. Yeah, I'm going to make a drink. Stand by. Oh, we got some neighbor dogs barking. This neighborhood's going to the dogs. I don't even know what's going on over here.
You have a photo of your dad to show us?
You know what? I do. I can post one with the class today with this video. I kind of favor my dad a little. You might see I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Stand by. All right. So, my dad on Sunday mornings. Sunday was a little rough for my dad because Saturday night was really rough for my dad. So my dad was married 3 times before he passed on, and I like to joke around that my papa was a Rolling Stone, and that is no shit, okay? So I believe now, I figured this out at 52, how the body works, how you can process alcohol, and how good it is or bad it is for you. But here's the deal. This non-sponsor, apparently, mixed with this non-sponsor, cures a hangover. Who knew? My dad was drinking these on Sunday mornings with black velvet. I think it took like 2 of these, and then he could start with the black velvet. So here's what we're going to do. This is called a red beer, kids. So we're going to toast a little to my big dad, my big Al, and we're going to make a little red beer for him. And I don't even drink beer, people. And I certainly don't drink this non-sponsored drink. But we're going to put them together and make a red beer in honor of all the dads. And here we go. How about that? Cheers to you. Nostrovia. Here's to all the dads. Here's to all the stepdads. Here's to all the moms that became dads. Here's to all the coaches, the teachers that became dads. Here's to all my friends' dads that became dads. To all of us kids that didn't have dads. Nostrovia. Bottoms up. This cured a hangover? This would make me have a hangover. All right, so I'm putting this aside now because I'm done drinking for the day. All right, so that's my chilling part of the day that I can show you on camera. The other part comes after 4:20 in the day, and that's a whole different night class. All right, so here we go. Let me do this. While we're waiting here, I'm gonna throw some corn on the grill. We got some corn. We're gonna throw some corn on the grill over here with these ribs. So I'm going to coat these ribs real fast, and then we're going to talk about the cleanup songs. What time are we at, please?
38.
All right, cool. So here's what we got, kids. You know what's in here. You know it. Blueberry Burbon Mango BBQ sauce. What's going on? Hey, Lisa, how's it going? Tommy, Stewart, what's happening? Angie Eakerby Davis. So we did Joe. We did Janelle. We got Janelle in the house. Katie Schwartz, what's happening? Cheryl Teams. I saw that you cooked something on the grill the other night, sister. All right. So I'm going to baste these ribs down just with some dust or with some sauce. You want to coat them real good. All right. Now remember, sauce has caramel or sauce has sugar in it, right? So you don't want to burn your sugars. That's why I wait to baste till the end. Okay? There we go. All right. Okay, we'll put this aside over here. Thank you very much. Close that down. Thank you very much. All right. So, now that we've toasted all the dads and all the moms and everybody, let's talk about the cleanup songs of the day. And these are good songs right here. Anybody got any questions first about anything that we've smoked or grilled? Anything? Anyone? Nobody? No questions? You did pork chops. Hey, nice. How was it with the pork? I'm telling you, these ribs are looking amazing. So, hi, cousin. What's going on? What's going on, Janice? What's happening? What's going on over there, Guillermo? Oh, the cord. I see. It went down. Computer went down. There's always technical difficulties. I love you too, cousin. How you doing? Hey, tell cousin Greg I send my love and I love him. I miss him.
On the corn?
What's that?
Do you put anything on the corn?
No, on my corn, what I do is this. You want to submerge your corn in water, get your husk wet, and sometimes I like to chop the ends just so it's a nice presentation when I would do it backstage on a buffet. So on these, we held it together. So usually I would cut this off So then that gives them a little something to grab when they're in the dining room. You know what I mean? It's just a little something. But what I do is this. I take this guy, put him in water. It essentially steams itself on the grill. And then I make a compound butter. You guys know what a compound butter is? A compound butter is any butter that you put a herb in. You can put garlic in it, because that's Debbie's favorite. Right, Debbie?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You can put garlic in it, or you can put basil in it. You can do a basil garlic. You can do parsley. You can do anything you want. It's amazing what you can do with a compound butter. And then you take that compound butter and you put it on your corn. That's what you put on the corn. Now, when you take the compound butter and put it on the corn, you sprinkle the dust across. Yep. You sprinkle the dust across. Now, I know my friend Sandra is watching today, and she called me earlier and asked me about why is it that my husband won't stop asking for the dust, Ella? And I'm like, because it's highly addictive and it's great on everything. And she said he puts it on everything and it's really making me mad. She said, what can I do to cook for him for Father's Day? And I said, a steak on the grill with magic dust. She's making it. I mean, what are you going to do? You can't beat it. You might as well just get it. So, any other questions? Anybody else?
Greg and Albert are on the lake fishing.
Oh, my brother and my cousin are on the lake. They're killing the walleye over there. He called me the other day and said, you guys are slaying it on the walleye on Lake Erie. I don't know what's going on over there. It must be because the lake didn't freeze and something's happening. I'm not sure. But I am going to tell you this. If I ever come back over there, somebody better call me up to go fishing on Lake Erie. I don't need to go to Put-in Bay. I just want to go fishing. All right. So, we got the ribs on. So, I'm going to do a presentation of everything that we've done. And I'm going to post those photos with this class. And when everything's cooked and ready. What do you got, Mary? What do you got,
How long
Emma?
are you going to keep the corn on the grill?
Oh, the corn will stay on the grill for about 20 minutes, but I roll her around. Keep her rolling. You know what I'm saying? Roll it up. What else we got? Anything?
Nope.
That's it? Okay. So, the class songs, the cleanup songs of the day, Convoy. Now, if you've never heard of this song, you should look this song up. I think it was like in the 70s. And this was one of my dad's and my uncle's favorite songs. So today's songs are dedicated to those two, the Dudek brothers. So the next song would be Teddy Bear. I know. My dad got a big kick out of singing that one. That's by a guy named Red Solvin. I've never even heard of this dude. All I know is this one song by him. But you should check it out. Hey, Chuck, you spatchcocker. Welcome to class. Happy Father's Day tomorrow, dude. Remember, if you're throwing your meat around, don't burn it on the grill with all the sugar. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to go with Jerry Reed, Eastbound and Down. Does everybody know where that's from? Smokey and the Bandit. Yep. One of the best soundtracks there is. Because that's a driving song right there. And it'll probably get you a speeding ticket. And then we're going with the Grateful Dead. What is it? Truckin'. That's the name of the song. And what I got to say about Jerry Garcia and the Boys is this. One of my favorite all-time bands. He is the only man I had ever got sweaty big palms for was when I met Jerry Garcia. Love that guy. He was one heck of a dude. And after I met him, a month and 2 weeks later, he was gone. So, Jerry Garcia. I know a couple things about Mr. Garcia. He was a great musician, and he loved his cream soda. So raise a cream soda to Jerry tomorrow for Father's Day. And then we're going to go with Willie Nelson. On the road again. You know that one? Just can't wait to get on the road again. So when they were running, when my uncle and my dad were running cross country, it was way before that rule that said, hey, you drove 8 hours, get off the road. No, these people didn't. These people just kept driving. I think it was all, there was some stimulants used. I'm not quite sure what was going on. So Willie Nelson, On the Road Again. One of my dad's all-time favorite guys. And I got to tell you, I love Mr. Nelson. I love Willie's daughter. And I love cooking for them. And, you know, he's got his own weed line. He's got Willie weed. So how can you not like Mr. Nelson? He's a great guy. His daughter and I had a lot of fun in the parking lot of the backstage of the Fox area in Detroit, Michigan. She's something. So I want you guys to do me one more favor. If this is a fan-based vote, and you guys need to go and support my friend, Sean Murphy. She is in the Silver Bullet Band. She's one of the backup singers, and she wants you to go and support her at makingacene.org. It's the Independent Blues Awards, and this woman has a voice of an angel. She has to, because she sings with Mr. Seeger. All right, so go check out my friend Sean Murphy at makingacene.org. All right, vote for her. Vote for her music. All right, I want to say thanks to everybody that filled in today for my regular crew. And let's roll it down, Guillermo. Here we go. Not yet, Guillermo. Don't get... No. I didn't say hit it. That's you'll get fired, Guillermo. I know I didn't order your Jolly Ranchers because we have to... That's 90 days. You got to wait 90 days to put in a rider, mister. All right, here we go. So, what do we got? Runway. Oh, we got 3 on the runway. That's right. We got 3 on the runway. So, we're going to get 1 more on the runway before the class ends, though. So, here we got. To my cameraman, G-Man. He is the Spartan runner by nighttime or daytime. I guess it depends on when the race is. And he's just an all-around nice guy. Thanks, Guillermo.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. To my set designer, she goes by M.A. Undisclosed location, Santa Monica. May or may not know her. Great friend. Thanks, M.A., for the beautiful, beautiful set. Give it up. Give it up for the beautiful set today. Give it up. How about that, kids? Nice. All right. And then to Debbie Axel, who didn't know she was coming to dinner, but came to dinner, and now she worked for her supper. And she may or may not get some garlic today. Just kidding, Debbie. You're not getting no garlic. Keep your mask on, sister. It's okay. And then to Elise, the monitor board writer today. I know it gets crazy with all those names coming up. And you got to do first and last. And some of these chicks have 3 names, and it's really crazy. But I do them. I try. And thank you for trying, too. And to Michael Orlin. Wait a minute. I forgot somebody. To John Canfeld, who did this with this. Thank you, my man. Love the artwork. People love the branding. And it's pretty catchy. And to Michael Orlin and all of his friends, thank you for the little ditty that you've given us. It makes people sing, it makes people laugh, and it keeps them smiling. So thank you. And to all my angels that are fueling these classes, that are sponsoring these classes, and that are keeping me moving into the right direction in the path of the universe, thank you. Saw an owl the other night. Thank you. So, I still got it. We still got it. We got faith, hope, love, and gratitude, peeps. That's all we got. We got that, and we got more. So stay positive. Keep on keeping on, as I like to say, and as my father would like to say, keep on trucking. Hit it, Guillermo. Oh, he's fired. He's up on that. He should have had his finger on the button by now. Check him off the list. Okay. Let me see this, Debbie. Oh! 4! We had another one coming off the runway. Drink it up. Okay. All right, guys. We'll see you on Monday. I think it depends on if I'm going to CBS or not, and I'll let you know. It's going to be another crazy week over there, so I'll do some interaction in the parking lot if we miss class. Now, if we miss class, I'll let you know when the next one is. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you, and remember, keep smiling, because people are just going to say, what in the hell is really going on with that person? Bye-bye.